Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that we received. The translation reads like this: I don't even know where to start. I never thought that I was going to become this person, the one warning others about something like this. But here I am. I have a big weight on my heart, and I cannot keep it to myself any longer. I am here because I thought that I could take a shortcut to wealth. I was desperate. I was stuck in a life which I was tired of, always hustling with nothing to show for it. I thought that I was going to become a superstar here in South Africa because I am a good gospel singer. But I lost hope because I would go and submit my demo tapes everywhere where you can think of. I went there, around Gauteng. And then one day I came across, this was a money-making ritual, like on Facebook. It seemed almost unbelievable, but it promised to change my life, and it did, but not in the way that I expected. Instead, it has costed me everything that I hold dear. It was in 2022. I was struggling. My job barely kept food on the table. I was tired of fighting the same uphill battle day in and day out. I wanted to give my family more, to provide them with the life that I thought they deserved. One night, as I was scrolling through my Facebook, I saw an ad promising instant wealth through a money bag ritual. The post had flashy images of cash and luxury cars, the kind of things that only seemed like a fantasy to me. It felt like a trap, but at that moment I was blinded by the possibility. I told myself that maybe this was the miracle that I had been praying for. I clicked on that ad, and a man replied almost immediately, as if he was waiting for me to text to him. The guy, he quickly responded to me. He spoke in a very calm, reassuring voice and told me that he had helped many people before. He even showed me pictures of others who had succeeded with this money bag ritual, and people who were now living a soft life, a life filled with luxury. I felt excited, almost like I had stumbled onto a secret that only a few people knew about. I was told that I would have to pay a fee, open a few bank accounts, and perform a small ritual to activate the wealth. It all sounded too real, like something out of a movie, but my desire for a better life pushed me forward. The man told me to bring a few personal items and follow his instructions carefully. Then he told me that the money that I had received, that I would receive, would be spiritual money, and that I had to spend it within 5 weeks, or it was going to vanish, to return back to the gods, to the ancestors. This man warned me about not using this money. He warned me about trying to keep this money, for if I was not going to keep it, it was simply going to vanish. Looking back, I now see how naive I was. I now see how stupid I was to even believe that such things, they do happen, and when you get the money, you get it for free. But in the heat of the moment, I did not care. I just wanted to escape my life of struggle. I did exactly what he asked me, and soon after, my account started filling with money. I even had to do a KIC with my bank, because just like that, I had 2 million that was sitting in my bank. I was shocked, thrilled, a mix of emotions that I had never felt before. I thought, this is it. I have finally made it. With that money, I did what I had always dreamt of. I bought a new car, renovated our home, and spoiled my wife and daughter with gifts. I didn't think about where the money had came from the warnings that I had received. I was living in the moment. Like, money is good. Yes, money is good. When you go to bed knowing that you have so much money, your bank account is fat. I felt like a provider for the first time, a man who could take care of those that he loved. But then things started to change. Like at first, small things that I never thought about, those were the things that were now affecting me. My daughter, who had always been healthy and full of life, began having nightmares. She would wake up crying, saying that she was seeing people standing by her bed, whispering to her. I tried to comfort her, telling her that it was just a bad dream, but the nightmares did not stop. In fact, they got worse. Soon she started seeing these figures during the day, the ghosts, the demons. They will be following her to school. They were following her wherever she would go to. As the weeks went by, her health began to deteriorate. She lost so much weight, became so much withdrawn, and seemed to live in a constant state of fear. No doctor could even explain it. They said that she was physically she was fine, but I knew something was terribly wrong with her. My wife and I, we took turns sitting with her at night, trying to keep her calm, but nothing worked. I started to feel an icy dread settling over me. Deep down, I could not shake the feeling that this had something to do with the ritual, but I pushed the thought away. I did not want to believe that I was the one who had brought this demonic darkness into my family's life. Then, in May of last year, everything came crashing down on me. My daughter's health took a sudden sharp turn. She could not keep food down. She was vomiting, barely conscious half the time. She kept talking about those demons that she was seeing, and they were haunting her, wanting her blood. I was terrified. I was scared to tell people that I had done these rituals on Facebook. It was too late. My little girl passed away, and when my girl passed away, I was totally broken. As for my wife, the way that she cried on her funeral, it was really painful, and I started blaming myself, and I knew that this was what was going to happen. God then totally punished me, like rubbing salt onto my wounds. After her burial, the money vanished. I don't know where it went. The account that had once so much money, it was empty. Hey, let me just laugh. I woke up and there was no money. No money, not even a single cent. It was just minus. There was a minus for the first time in my bank account. Just like that man had told me, I was left with nothing. All of those riches, they were just gone. Since then, I have tried to rebuild my life, but it keeps on happening over and over again. There is a dark demonic cloud that is hanging over me. My wife and I, we barely speak, but she does not know about the ritual. I don't want her to know that I once did this ritual. I have tried seeking help from pastors, traditional healers, anyone who tried to offer me a solution, but they tell me the same thing. I made a deal with things that I did not understand, a deal that I didn't understand, but I have paid the price. Now it is like I am living on hell on earth. This is my confession. I also want to warn other people out there. When you see these posts on Facebook, do not take it by heart. Those people, there are those that will scam you physically, but the dangerous ones are the ones that will rob you spiritually. It is far much better if the man had stolen my money, but he stole my daughter from me. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to us by one of our dear brother. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Can you just imagine? Yeah, ne.